Tribers, welcome back to another amazing episode of Friends Talk Culture. Today, as is the theme of our month, we're going to be talking about something very interesting. I think it's a very interesting topic.
Yes,
and I'm not doing this alone. I have with me Nkasike Gbana.
Yeah.
I'll let her introduce herself in a moment. But it's Coma Club Beauty Month, the month of April. We decided to call that Coma Club Beauty Month, and we're deciding to address like everything black beauty, black skincare, black hair care, and everything. So we're on skincare today, and we have Sike.
Hi. Hi, I'm Nkasike Gbana, and I'm so honored to be here with you.
Thank you so much for coming.
I'm very grateful.
Yeah, so Sike, first of all, tell us about yourself, what you do, and all of that, all the yada yada yada.
Well, my name is Nkasike Gbana, and I am a makeup artist, actually, primarily makeup artist turned skincare educator and enthusiast. Yeah. So the path from makeup led me down to skincare, which is where we found out.
Inevitable, actually.
I think so. Yes, I think it's inevitable, honestly.
Because when you're putting on makeup, then even if you're not putting on makeup, but when you put on makeup, then it becomes like that. The need for skincare is like much more, like you need to take care of your skin more because you're layering on the product a lot.
I feel like you become more conscious of your skin when you start wearing makeup because you see your face a lot more. So it makes it so much more important that your skin looks as good as what you're putting on it.
And you're seeing all the differences, like
exactly.
So I don't yet have a skincare routine. Don't judge me.
I'm judging. I am judging you. How can we be friends and you do not have a skincare routine? I am judging you.
So
we'll rectify it.
Okay, we're going to fix that. We're going to fix it. But something we really need to talk about is organic versus chemical skincare. And the reason why I think this is a very important conversation is because there has been this move lately from chemical skincare. Because actually, the first sort of skincare that I identified with, or the first sort of skincare products like toners and whatever, they were all chemical products, And I remember my mom used to give stern warnings. Especially against toners. She said they used to make her break out. So she would tell me, don't try using all these things. So my mom used to tell me a lot about how these skincare products are not good. They're just chemicals. They're going to spoil your skin and everything. And so that was my first idea about skincare. So when there was this whole shift to using natural products, using products you can grow in your backyard and things like that, I felt like, oh, this is really interesting. I feel it kind of made sense because the whole thing. My mom, I grew up. First place you learn all these things from your parents.
Right.
So growing up with that idea, but now I've also listened to skincare experts who have said natural skincare isn't really it because like chemical skincare is the right ingredients in the right formulations.
Exactly.
So, first of all, tell us, can you define these terms like loosely, natural and chemical skincare?
Well, honestly, there's no true definitions for it if we're being honest, right?
Yeah.
Because there's no dictionary that you can open and find these definitions because everyone has not yet come together to say this is what it is.
Yeah.
So whether for natural or chemical, personally, I don't understand the distinction because because it's a mental thing. I think it's just mostly a mental thing and your perception towards skincare. Reason being that people usually say organic and natural skincare. In their head it's like things in my backyard, things that I can get in my kitchen, things that is the mindset behind it. And then chemical skincare is like this thing that's created in a lab with this beakers and it's like bubbling and it's going to ruin your skin. And the truth is that either ways, none of that is really true.
Yeah.
Reason being that organic skincare, if we're going to define it strictly, because organic skincare is not clearly defined by anybody really, especially not in Nigeria and in Africa as a continent. Also, you have to look at the fact that organic, when we're talking about it as food, the definition is food that is grown free of chemicals. That means that it is grown on a field where they only use natural fertilizers. It's harvested in an ethical way, the way it's cleansed, the way it is transported, all of that. Free from chemicals. That is what organic means really in food. And if you translate it into skincare, it's the same thing. And if we're going to rather use that definition in skincare, it will not really work. Reason being that a lot of people who call their skincare products organic cannot tell you whether the tomato, for example, that they have in that product they can't tell you how it was farmed. So how exactly can they tell you that it is organic if we're going to use that definition? Okay. But usually people use it loosely as things that are natural, things that are gotten from nature. Yeah. But the problem with that definition is that a lot of chemicals are also gotten from nature. I mean, water is chemical composition of hydrogen and oxygen. And so it's like, it sounds crazy when you say hydrogen, but it's water. It's about how you look at it, really. So I think proving the difference between them is really hard from a scientific perspective.
Especially since there's no standard.
There's no standard. So it creates like a very huge problem to create that distinction. So I really don't like to see the distinction. I think it's just so much more important the ingredients. It's the ingredients, because I can say something like glycolic acid and your head is like acid, but it's like it's an acid gotten from sugar cane. So it's like it's not such a huge deal. Mandelic acid is gotten from almonds. Lactic acid is gotten from milk. So it's like, it sounds bad until you look at where it is gotten from. Most of the time it's gotten from nature, so what's the big deal? I think it's a scare tactic when people say chemical skincare. People tend to look at it like, oh, bad, but really it's not
always bad. Okay, but when these extractions happen, like lactic acid, for example, gotten from milk, like taking just the acid component, what is the reason? Like, why is that, as opposed to using milk for skincare?
The reason is, I mean, in milk, not every chemical compound in milk will help your skin. So why not just take the one that is going to help your skin and then leave the rest? Because why are we just using, milk has protein, why are we wasting it? Let's just get what you need. And that's the same thing with glycolic acid and all these other ingredients. It's getting the most essential thing and delivering it to your skin. Because I can't just carry sugar cane and start rubbing it and hoping that I'll get the benefit.
This is actually what people do, in terms of people who natural skincare.
Yes.
So they would have all these like fruits, juices, and then they would apply them on their skin, like lemon scrubs and lemon and sugar, and all of those scrubs. Now, which would you advise as someone who has skincare clients who come to you for consultations and things like that? Which would you advise your clients, people who follow you online as a content creator? Which would you say they should go for? The natural, if I want to scrub my face using lemon and sugar, or should I go for a scrub that's all packaged, ready with all the essential ingredients?
I would always go for store-bought ingredients. And the reason being that I've been through that DIY process. We've all been there. The lemon, sugar, we've all been there.
And YouTube doesn't help because there's so many products.
There's so much information, unnecessary information. I mean, I have... Funny story, my mom has this book where she's always writing like little recipes from skincare things that she watches on YouTube, and there's this lady that she's always watching, and the woman gives the worst advice in my opinion, but she's literally always jotting it down like, oh, grind rice and mix it with turmeric. I'm like, this is food, like just cook it and eat in your house. Like, why are we going through? But the thing is, right, I would always go for a store-bought, properly formulated in product. And the reason why I will always say properly formulated is because it's not everything that is inside the jar that is great. It's not everything that is pre-packaged that is good for your skin. At the end of the day, it's about the ingredients and proper formulation. That is the most important thing. So always get properly formulated products. And the reason why I will say that is this. Another thing why I'm against natural and organic skincare is that there's no calculations. You can never really define anything.
Like how much this is in this.
Exactly. For example, like you can watch a YouTube video of an American using a lemon from America, and the difference. There's a chemical composition difference between that lemon and the lemon we're getting in our Nigerian market here. That's number one. Number two, you don't know the ripeness of that lemon. You don't know. There are so many variables. Whereas when you get a properly formulated product, those variables have been taken out. The guesswork has been taken out for you. That product is consistent across board. So you know that if I buy it today and it works, it's the same exact product I'm going to buy 2 years from now. There's no difference, except like there's a reformulation or something, but it takes away that guesswork for you. So if you just pick something from your garden, you don't know what fertilizers have been used. You don't know what is in it, the chemical composition. So why risk it?
So this brings to mind, my mom is, I feel like growing older, and you start to age, there are a lot of things you want to start trying out. You want to try out more skincare products and this and that. So my mom has been through the whole chemical in a sense, and then not just using natural DIY. I don't think she has the time for that. But then having these brands that say they are producing natural skincare products.
Yeah.
They have it in cups, and then, you see them on Instagram.
Yeah.
They're pounding it in their mortar.
Yeah.
They're mixing it in their basins, and they're doing all of those things and
Yeah.
packaging it for you. And so, would you say that those people who are doing these things in their backyard, that's not your definition of properly formulated, is it?
Well, not all the time. I can't just say, I haven't met all of them, and so I can't say like a blanket statement. But the truth is, a lot of these Instagram vendors, no offense to them, I'm sure there are some great ones, most of them don't know what they're doing. And I say that with all confidence because something has happened whereby in America, and the black people in America were going through a phase whereby after being in slavery for a long period of time, the civil rights movement, people were now like, let's learn more about our roots, let's go back to our roots. And then people started to wear their natural hair out more. It started with hair before it moved to skincare, whereby I was like, oh, shea butter is the most amazing thing in the world. Coconut oil is the most amazing thing. They were going back to those old things. And somehow that mentality has come down to Africa, whereby people are now suddenly black soap is the most amazing thing in the whole entire world. Nothing is better than black soap. And
I have to share my personal
if you speak against black
soap, I'm ready to speak against it. So just a little intermission. The first time I used black soap, it was this. Okay, should I call brand names? I shouldn't, because we don't want to get sued or anything. But then I used it, and in 3 days, I had never broken out the way I broke out then. And it wasn't like I was going through any hormonal processes. My skin was amazing. My skin is always amazing. But then
yes, it is. I agree.
But then I used it in 3 days. I broke out, and I did not recover for months. My skin, it took a lot of time for my skin to come back. I started at some point. I just left it. I stopped looking for things to fix it. I'm like, okay, you go when you go. But that is my experience with black soap. So I don't think it works for everybody. Because I remember I was even with someone that it worked for.
Exactly.
So I don't think it works for everybody. So it's not like, oh, black soap, yay. Not really. I don't really.
Yeah. So the thing is, every product, there's no one product that works for everyone, or one ingredient that works for everyone. I'm a huge fan of niacinamide, right? So niacinamide is an ingredient in skincare that usually helps with oily skin, helps to reduce the production of excess sebum, also helps with pores and so many great things. And I stand almost everything I own has niacinamide in it, and I love it. And I would always advocate it for people. But then I got a client that she had hyperpigmentation, and I was like, oh, I bought her a niacinamide serum, and it made her skin itch. And I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do? I've recommended, but I just found out that, oh, your skin doesn't like niacinamide. And it doesn't mean the product is bad. It just means your skin doesn't like it, and that is fine. So there's no one product that, maybe except, I can't even say water, because some people are allergic to water. So, there's nothing that works for everyone. But coming down to the issue of people growing, and formulations have gotten better. That's the truth. The technology and scientific studies behind skincare have only gotten better over the last 2 decades. So the skincare,
black people.
Exactly, and revolutions, especially in sunscreen production, which we'll go on to talk about a little bit later. But the thing is, a lot of our parents, what they experience with chemical skincare is not what they would experience now, because science has gotten better. They are constantly doing research on ingredients and products, so it has gotten so much better. So they might tilt more towards the natural side because of what they experienced then, and rightly so. But the thing is, now things are so much better. So I think if you've had a bad experience with a chemical product maybe some years ago, I would say give it another try, because the science is only getting better, and it might not be the same. Of course, I won't say go and try that exact same product because again, it might not have changed.
You just might be reacting to an ingredient in the product.
Exactly. It might not be that the product is bad. It might just be that the ingredient, there's something in there that your skin doesn't like, and that is fine. You just have to. It's a trial and error process. Unfortunately, you can't say.
Actually, that's the scary thing for me. Okay, so I should not. I'm not trying to defend myself. I know I should have a skincare routine, but I think that because I realized that it takes a lot of dedication, time, trial and error, a lot of try this product, it didn't work. But unfortunately, that product cost you like 20,000 naira.
There's no reason to spend that amount of money on any product, especially if you're starting. But yeah.
So like like, oh my god, I have to like get another product.
Yeah.
The same thing. So because of that, I've been a little hesitant, but I actually intend to start. Don't judge me, I intend to start. But finally, yeah, getting back down to it, like we've been able to differentiate what is what and what is most important, minus saying, oh, it's naturally sourced in a sense, and I mean chemically created or whatever.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, what is important is the ingredients in it and what it does to your skin and how your skin reacts to such ingredients. But what would you say when you're speaking of skincare routines now? Why should I have a skincare routine? Like, I mean, I'm giving all my excuses, but I know that I should have a skincare routine. So don't just tell me now. Maybe tell like the audience, like, why should they have a skincare routine?
Well, first of all, skincare is for men and women.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. A lot of people, funny enough, my guy friend recently reached out to me and was like, I bought this sunscreen, and I was like, yay! Thank you so much. Yes, I'm so happy, because sunscreen is at the top of whether you're black or white. I know there's this perception that black people don't need sunscreen. We have melanin. It's a lie. It's a lie from the pit of hell. The devil wants you to be old and wrinkled. Like, that is what it is. The thing is, right? Okay, the reason for sunscreen is this. One of the reasons for sunscreen is this. The sun is the primary agent for aging. So the reason why we age is because we encounter the sun. One of the greatest factors. So you would see that if you hide somebody for like 3 years, they will look exactly the same as the moment you put them into that room if they never encounter the sun. Because the sun is, and they would even be pale, right? Because it's the encounter with the sun that gives us pigment. And melanin is actually your skin trying to protect itself from the burning of the sun. So when you go out and you realize that you're getting darker, it's because your skin is producing more melanin to protect itself from the sun. That is what it is. So you need sunscreen to, first of all, save your skin the stress of having to create extra melanin, and 2, to protect yourself from aging. Because I mean, we all want to be forever young looking, peng, so why not protect your skin from the sun? So that's one of the greatest things about creating a routine. And if you have a routine without sunscreen, in my opinion, it's completely useless. Like I say,
you're always preaching the gospel.
Yeah, because the thing is, as I said, I think I tweeted it. No, I didn't tweet it. I put it on my Instagram a while ago. I was like, skincare without sunscreen is like suya without yaji. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why are you eating suya without that pepper?
If you don't know about suya without yaji,
like, there is no reason for such. So yeah, it's so important. It gives that extra zinc to all that you're doing. Applying all that product and not protecting yourself from the sun is completely pointless, because the sun is your greatest enemy, and you're not even addressing it. So having a skincare routine is important, because we encounter some people who say, oh, my mom never had a routine and her skin is great. I'm happy for your mother. I'm so happy for her. But the thing is, for you, you're encountering a different world. We have so many more pollutants out there. We have the sun is so much hotter. Like, we're going through climate change. We're going through more pollution than our parents went through.
The ozone layer is depleting. This is
there's so much.
But this is
it's so much. We're encountering so much more than their skin encountered. So we have to do more than they did. Especially starting from a very young age. If you can, start doing it from now. Save yourself, because the truth is that the earth is not getting any better. So you might as well start protecting yourself now. So I would say the pillars of sunscreen for me: cleanse, moisturize, protect. You don't even, anything else is extra. Cleanse, moisturize, and protect. The reason why you cleanse is to free your skin of all the rubbish that you have encountered during the day, and not by using bar soap. Please, not by using bar soap. Bar soap ruins. I'm ashamed. Most bar soaps are terrible for the skin on your face. Now, I'm talking a lot about and when I say skin, most of the times I'm talking about the skin on your face, because the skin on your body actually can tolerate a lot more than the skin on your face.
And the funny thing is, the skin on your face actually encounters more because it's in the open.
Exactly, it's more
except
open
now because of coronavirus.
Yes, and the mask.
Yeah.
But some people, people have realized that they've started to have more acne since they started to wear masks.
Oh yeah.
And what it is that the friction is causing your skin to be inflamed, and then you're having more pimples. So now you have to even do more. The people growing up in post corona times will have to do more to take care of their skin because of the mask wearing. So every day new challenges are coming up that give us more reason
and
to
you have to adjust.
Exactly. So cleanse with a good facial cleanser. I wish I should have brought some of my products, but I don't recommend, I wouldn't say this is the best product. I'm not one of those people. But always check formulation, check reviews online.
So what are the best ingredients to find in a good cleanser?
In a good cleanser, I would say look for something that not just the ingredients, but make sure that the cleanser says, in my opinion, says gentle.
Okay.
Or says not drying, or something along those lines. Something that has humectants, like maybe glycerin, hyaluronic acid. Of course, it's not compulsory, but things that a cleanser that doesn't, when you cleanse your skin and it feels clean, it feels squeaky clean, it feels, some people, almost like tight. That is a bad cleanser. You don't want that. You want a cleanser that will leave your skin
still feeling soft
exactly, and supple. So
Supple.
it's not dry. That is the most important thing in a cleanser. Whether you have oily skin, dry skin, whatever kind of skin, if you have oily skin, your goal should not be to take away the oils. Because why your skin is producing too much oil is because it is your skin composition produces more oil than water. So when you're drying your skin out by taking away the oil, you're now giving it a deficit of both oil and water. It's now going to produce more oil to try and complement all that you're doing. So you're walking backwards. That's what you're doing. So there's so much to it, but make sure you're using a cleanser that doesn't make your skin feel too clean. That is a good cleanser. Whatever doesn't make your skin feel too clean,
too
squeaky clean, whereby you can tell
tight.
You know that your skin is clean. That is too much. And then moisturize. You can use any good moisturizer. Most body lotions are not too good for your face. And the reason why is because most body lotions just have lots of fillers. They have lots of things that just make the product plenty, basically. So these people are trying to make money. Don't forget, these brands, they're trying to make money. They're not out here, most of them are not out here trying to promote your skin, no matter what they say. So make sure that you do your research and find out, is this a good moisturizer? Of course, there are lots of moisturizers for your face. And to be quite honest with you, shea butter is not the worst thing to use on your face, or on your body. It has some good ingredients, some good qualities to it that I would not say, throw it away. So shea butter is not a bad option.
Shea butter itself locks in moisture.
Yes, it does.
So if you have oily skin, it's a really good choice.
Yeah, it can be a very good choice.
The only problem I think I have about shea butter is how thick it is.
I mean, you can really thin it out by rubbing it into your hands and making sure you don't wear a lot of it on your face, especially. So you can really thin it out, but at the end of the day, it's really about how your skin reacts. I know some people swear by shea butter, some people hate shea butter. So to each his own. It doesn't mean shea butter is bad because your skin hates it. It's fine. Just find something that works for you. The truth is that Vaseline is actually kind of good. It's not horrible.
Actually, I have seen a lot of people who swear by Vaseline, they've seen it work. They still use it to date. They use it to take off their makeup. They use it to moisturize before sunscreen.
That takes us back to this whole natural and chemical thing.
Because it's petroleum.
It's literally petroleum from the earth. What is more natural than petroleum from the earth?
True.
And yet people are like, oh, Vaseline, no. Why? If you're so into natural skincare, that's one of the most natural things you could possibly encounter.
It's just a separation.
Exactly. They've taken out some not even bad things. They've taken out some compounds
that you don't need.
Exactly, and they've given you. So it's really there's so much to it, but just get a moisturizer that in my opinion, has humectants. I would always say humectants because they are attracting moisture from the environment and they're delivering them to your skin. So something like hyaluronic acid, glycerin is a great option. Always look for, if you're looking for a moisturizer, the first ingredient should most likely be water, like or aloe vera juice or something along those lines, whereby it's delivering moisture. Because if a moisturizer doesn't have moisturizer,
like it doesn't have moisture,
it doesn't make sense.
What is it doing? Okay, so the last one is sunscreen.
Protect. Always wear sunscreen. Being black doesn't protect us from the effects of the sun, unfortunately. It gives us a lot of things, but it does not protect us from the sun. So always wear sunscreen. And I know reapplication is usually the problem for people because sunscreen you have to reapply.
And then when you have makeup on like me, how does that work? I've been meaning to ask.
There are actual sunscreen options that are sprays. So like makeup, some setting sprays have SPF in them. So during the day you could just mist your face, and that would be ample protection actually. So there are lots of options in the market. If you bought sunscreen before and it made you looking, it left you looking white and ghostly. There are so much better options
actually
now.
There are so many good options.
So many good options. So don't run away from sunscreen. Yes, some might make you feel oily. Again, it's trial and error. I've gotten sunscreens that are great, and then the next one that you buy is not so great for yourself, but I know that it would be good for somebody with drier skin. So I don't just say, oh, it's horrible. I'm like, oh, it didn't work for my type of skin. It will work for someone else. So there's so many options, and in conclusion, again, it's always about the ingredients. Never about, don't worry about labeling, packaging. Sometimes a product might say it's a cleanser and it doesn't have any ingredients in it that actually cleanses. So it's not about what they label it as. It's not about what they call it. It's about the ingredients. And I know it might be really overwhelming, but there's so many resources online now that give ample information. And I mean, you can follow some good people online. There are lots of great Nigerian skincare enthusiasts.
TK is one of them.
So there's so many options for you to not be educated in this time and age in 2021. I think it's irresponsible
to not be educated. So I think in to like wrap everything up, what's so important is it might take you some time at the shelf to look through the ingredients and find out, but you should look out before you even go shopping for your skincare products. You should look out for what ingredients serve you best for whatever product you're getting, cleanser. And I mean, when you put it that way, it makes having a skincare routine look easy. Just having 3 simple steps, wash, cleanse, moisturize, and protect. Like, it's really simple.
The funny thing is that that can even be 2 steps. Like, if you find a sunscreen that is moisturizing, it saves you, except of course you might in the nighttime you might need an actual moisturizer, but it might help you skip a step. And the only thing is, if you have skincare concerns like acne, you might need to start bringing in more, ingredients and more products. That's the only thing. But the 3 pillars, honestly, is the 3 I've mentioned. But if of course, as you navigate skincare issues, you might need more things, more serums, more this and that. But at the end of the day, those 3 things are the most important when you want to start a routine.
I feel like I want like a video, like something that's vulnerable, where people really talk about their acne and acne issues and the insecurities that acne has made them face.
Yes,
we'll do that.
That is important. That's a good idea.
Very, very important. We need to do that, by the way. But anyway, I think this is basically it.
Yes.
I really loved this conversation. I feel like it was very,
Thank you. It was my pleasure. I love talking about skincare so much.
Yeah, so you guys please follow CK on Instagram, on Twitter.
Yes. I'm soon going to be a certified skincare consultant. I'm so excited about that.
Take all your skincare concerns to CK. And yes, our Instagram page was, I don't know if I should say locked, suspended, or deleted. I'm not certain of the term now. We're still trying to retrieve it. But for the meantime, follow our backup account, Coma Club NG _. That's literally the handle. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share to your entire family members.
Yes, tell all of them.
If you don't share this video,
we'll come and meet you in the night.
But that's CK is gonna come and meet you. Me, I did not say I was coming to meet you. But yeah, see you guys on the next Friends Talk Culture episodes. Stick around the channel, watch our other amazing shows, because we have so many amazing shows. And until next time on Friends Talk Culture, I'm Bunye, and this is Nkasike Gbana. Bye.
Bye.